What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Amy, and today we are looking at Stylmartin sneakers for motorcycle shoes. Thanks to Stylmartin for sending me these two pairs. We've got the Atom Evo and we've got the Piper WP. So I want to talk about the Piper first. This was the first box I actually opened, and right away I was like, this shoe is different. So if you take a look here, there's a brand name on the sole, Michelin. Ever hear of it? Tire company? Yeah. So these soles are actually made from like a similar compound to Michelin tires. And what is amazing is the grip. Okay, so I've had shoes in the past, sneakers that were motorcycle shoes, and what was odd to me was several pairs I had were almost slick on the bottom, like no grip, no tread. It really astounded me because, I mean, if you ride, chances are you're going to come across loose gravel, dirt, sand. Maybe I was in Florida, oftentimes there'd be sand in the crosswalk, or you're making a turn or something. You had to look for these things, and it always like petrified me that if I have to put my feet down, is it going to be a risky situation? Like, am I going to slip because of these no grip, soles on these other brands of motorcycle shoes? So, first test run of these, it was pretty cool that I felt completely confident in these shoes. They actually gave me a nice lift too. You can see it's got a nice chunk of the sole here. So, if you're a shorter rider, that's always great. I was actually one of the things I looked for when I was first like motorcycle shoe shopping as a beginner was shoes that were, a little bit with a lift so that I didn't have to worry about, the height of my bike, putting my feet flat on the ground. So these were great for that. And what was really nice, actually, both pairs, I noticed that right out of the box, they're broken in and they're ready to go. Between the two, these ones were just a little bit stiffer, but I think it's just they're a little bit more rugged. They're a little bit thicker in general. So, but it felt comfortable like wearing them around right away. I didn't have to, try to walk in them for a while to like break them in. And I felt like I could just get on the bike and go. I didn't have to worry that they were too stiff to like shift the gears or anything like that. So speaking of gear shifting, this one has like a suede top. You can kind of see like the outline here where your shift goes, or where at least where my shifter is. The one thing I noticed was I feel like it should extend a little bit further over, because my shifter, where I actually, put my foot to go up, it kind of extends more into this range where it's less of the padding. So it's still like a thicker, you know what I mean, padding there with, this is suede and this is more of a leather. But I felt like this maybe should have come across a little further or all the way, for those who have, wide feet, right? So all in all, though, like, it fit right out of the box. I knew my size because I already had a previous pair of Stylmartin shoes, but it was a different model, and thankfully it was perfect fit. They do have European sizes, so you'll want to know what does your US size convert to. And these are available in men's and women's, by the way. So you will get the proper, shoe for you if you order based on men or women. So yeah, really happy with these. Very comfortable and thick. And I feel like these would be perfect year round. Like, you have enough ankle coverage. It's not letting in a lot of like wind or breeze, if you were riding in the winter and you didn't want your feet cold. And yet they were cool enough riding. I think it was like 80, 85 degrees when I was out riding. So they weren't like hot, you know what I mean? So yeah, really happy with those. And then we've got the Atoms over here. These ones are a little bit more like streetwear shoes. So you've got just a little bit of a thinner shoe in general, and this one is more breathable. You've got like a mesh here and here, and then you've got like your mesh tongue all the way up. See, on this one, everything is solid. It's all closed in. But yeah, this one is more of probably your like full on summer shoe, you know, maybe spring, and it's going to give you that little bit of better airflow. But like I said, between the two, I mean, they were both comfortable. I never felt like my feet were cooking in those ones. So this one, the sole is slightly lower than the other one because you're talking, you know, these Michelin tread soles versus this thinner sole here, but it still felt plenty comfortable. In fact, these ones, I usually, like when I'm done riding, I usually switch back to my normal streetwear shoes, you know, and drive my car home because I park my bike in town. And these ones, I forgot that I was wearing the motorcycle shoes. I just drove home in them and just, you know, didn't even notice. And I'm like, oh, because they're so comfortable. It's just like a street shoe, right? So yeah, these ones I felt like were even more so. You can wear them anytime, which is great, and they're black because, you know, it goes with anything. But as far as the tread, this one's a little different. You've got more of like a typical sneaker tread. Still felt like it had good grip though, because again, compared to what I'm used to with some of these other sneaker shoes that are from motorcycle, you know, brand companies, they just oddly have these slick bottoms, right? And even this one though has a nice tread, and you've got tread marks on the sides as well. So I felt like it was still just as confident and reassuring when I put my feet down. It was just different in the height as I'm putting my feet down because it doesn't have as thick of a sole. But yeah, both very, very comfortable. If you were looking more for this time of year, summertime, if you're, you know, on the western side of the world, then you would want to probably go with something like these Atoms. It's ATOM is the brand or the model, and get, you know, you have the extra airflow. But if you wanted more protection and you wanted your, you know, you didn't have to worry about water getting in and things like that, I still feel like these ones would still be a great option because, like I said, I'm riding around in 80 something degree weather. I didn't feel hot at all, despite it being a slightly taller, thicker, sealed up sneaker style. You know, it's almost kind of like a cross between a sneaker and a hiking boot. But if you like that extra, you know, just all around protection, I think, you know, you're gonna notice a difference between the thickness on the shoe between one or the other. So it's all personal preference, right? Like I could easily wear either of these in the summer, like no problem. So if you're interested in getting yourself a pair of kicks from Stylmartin, check the link down below. Be sure to use my discount code. It's Amy724. I'll put that in the description below as well. So that'll get you 15% off, which is an amazing deal. And these are Italian made, y'all. Italian. Good stuff. All right. We got the Michelin ones here, our Piper WPs, and we got the Atoms. Check them out. Link in the description. I'll catch you on the next one.